Okay, my name is Karen Thomas and I'll be your instructor for today. We'll be using three teaching strategies. We'll be using lecture, which I'll be lecturing, and the people in the class will be able to use their computers and their laptops, and we'll also do group discussion for engagement. Okay, the goal of this presentation is to teach the class on cybersecurity and what it is, the significance of cybersecurity. We're also going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of cybersecurity, and we're going to talk about what works and what doesn't work for our solution. Okay, this next slide is talking about what is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a process to enhance the protection of sensitive material in the health organizations, and it also protects the recovery of computer systems. Cybersecurity kind of like give you an overview of how cyber criminals work and how to attack, kind of like do an impact on the organization. What is the significance of cybersecurity? It's important because we want to protect our patients' private, sensitive information. We also want to protect the organizations from being vulnerable to their reputations and trust issues. Also, it's going to minimize the technology costs, and we're going to understand the risk and the significance of how important it is to have cybersecurity. Okay, what is the impact of cybersecurity? For cybersecurity, one of the impacts is loss of life. And due to certain technology or hacking of the system, it can cause malfunction of certain technology and can cause, inaccurate results for the patient. And it also can impact the economic costs, because when you have things that's going wrong in the system, and the company's pretty much liable for whatever that goes wrong. And another thing is the reputation cost. And in most organizations, which even in the healthcare organization, your benefits and what the revenue is on about your trust. And when you lose your trust and your reputation is bad, and then your funds go down. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is the indirect cost and the direct cost of when cybersecurity is violated. Okay, what are some of the unsuccessful solutions? Some of the unsuccessful solution is in healthcare organizations. Sometimes the organization was given access to their associates to use their cell phones, and hackers, that was one of the things that they came in on, the use of cell phones, because the majority of the time, a lot of associates don't put passwords on their cell phones, and that'll give the hackers leeway to come in and have put an attack on them. And then the other thing is the use of firewalls. When the firewalls are not strong, it causes the cybers to be able to hack the system. And then the antivirus software, when you're dealing with the software is always supposed to be updated. And if it's not updated, it can also be prone for the hackers to come in and do an attack on the system. And reasons why some of the solution was unsuccessful. Sometimes when we are dealing with hackers, not only we don't have the technology, we don't have the skill set, so we need to train some of the associates to be able to identify. And so it's beyond just Microsoft software. You have to go in and have your team out to be trained by specific IT technology to help them to be able to detect what's right and what's wrong. And another thing is email. Most people are not good at certain emails, and this prone hackers they'll go in, and if they're not good with looking at certain emails, they'll open up emails not knowing that it's a virus. And so they have to be trained, showing that they shouldn't open certain emails, or this is suspicious, reported to their IT. And then another unsolicited solution is everybody should have access to everything. So you should each associate have a password only to what they're working on. They shouldn't have access to all patients. They should only have access to the patients that they're working on. And what is successful? Successful is making sure your software is updated, make sure your staff is trained, make sure that you have annual awareness concerning cyber security, and to make sure you got the proper IT. And what are the current plans for solutions? So we're going to educate the staff. We're going to make sure we have enough funds set aside to do cyber awareness security at all times. We're going to implement something that's gonna that we're gonna keep up to make sure we maintain the updates in the software, and we'll have someone delegated in place to do the training. And also we'll have we'll enforce HIPAA privacy, meaning that if you're working on a patient, that you shouldn't have the right to look at another patient or their information. And in conclusion, we covered what is cybersecurity and how it works. So we're going to get a group as a class. You can use your cell phones or your laptops, and as a group as a whole, you're going to get on cams or get on your laptop and engage with each other to discuss, you know, what are your thoughts about cybersecurity. And lastly, is my reference page. I use Cruz and Luna and other authors for my reference. And that concludes my presentation.